It's 16 days until the release of Starfield on the 6th of September 2023, and this is Fallout 4. I've been watching my wife get shot every single day for the last God knows how long now. It feels like a decade, but it's happening. It's happening today. Today is the day I watch my wife get shot again. Okay, so I'm going to try and provide some insightful lore analysis with this particular video, mainly to do with eyesight. So as you can see here, we've got our default male protagonist and also our default female protagonist. Now at the moment they look pretty much default, right? Okay, and I'm not really going to bother changing this guy apart from maybe his hair. Let's just change his hair. Yeah, why not? Because I'm just bored of his hair. We're going to go with a pompadour. I mean, that's pretty sick. That's pretty cool. Now, it isn't until you speak to the Vault-Tec rep, a mill, obviously, where you can pick your stats. And you can actually make your character not the most perceptive. That means that enemies will not show up as on your compass thingy. They're not going to be too close to you. That's the idea. A fat kid's wearing a bomber jacket. Sorry, a bit distracted there. In other games, you can actually give yourself like certain debuffs, which will reduce your vision. But you can also wear spectacles, which also provide you an additional boost in your perception. This can be quite handy for picking out enemies in VATs, etc. Now, what I find curious is that even though this is supposedly an RPG, which I've already stated I don't think it qualifies too much as an RPG. It's kind of its own animal. It's a looter shooter with some light RPG elements. The way that the dialogue system is structured doesn't allow much in the way of adequate role playing, in my opinion. You know, you've only got three particular options, and that is literally yes or no, sarcasm, and a question. But the thing is, a lot of the characters that you're going to want to speak to, you're going to want to ask them more than just one question, right? So, as a good example, let's just chat to our friend Emil. Eventually, he will. Good morning, Vault-Tec calling. Yes, Emil. Okay, so you can go on. Not interested in good morning. Now, good morning is basically yes. Not interested is no. Vault-Tec is the question, and go on is basically sarcasm. So you've got like a sassy option. Now, in a lot of other games, including Fallout 1 and 2, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, you can ask a variety of questions. But here, like literally just this. Look, just one question. And this is the same throughout the entire game. So, and also like what charisma, I think is pretty much a dump stat anyway. I mean, charisma's always a bit shit, unless I'm thinking of Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. But perception only really affects the compass, to be honest. And also VATs, right? It doesn't really mean that your eyesight's particularly bad. Now, if you was going to be role-playing, and this has come from someone who also that actually does have short-sightedness, requires glasses in order to actually see, would it not be appropriate for me to be able to create a character that already has glasses? Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't I have a character that is wearing glasses at this moment in the very beginning, right? And that's my, you know, that's a choice. So if I remove the glasses, it will then decrease my perception stat by 1. If I put glasses on, it improves it by a factor of 1. So why can't I do that? And I think I have an answer for this. Because it's not actually an RPG, to be honest, is it? It really isn't. It's I'm really hoping when they release Starfield that it will be an actual RPG. That's what I'm really, really hoping for. Let's just name this guy Percy.
Wonderful. Looks like the milk got delivered.
Yeah, milk got delivered. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I think, and do you know what frustrates me the most is that I put in a lot of time into this game, and I still am at the moment because obviously I'm making these fucking videos. I do think it is truly a really, really well-made game. An RPG, it is not. A Fallout game, it is not. It's a very good action shooting looter shooter thing with awesome crafting mechanics. I'm gonna say awful then. It's like a survival game. It's like The Forest or DayZ. It's not really an RPG, is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on this front. So I didn't even bother playing with the baby. Are you gonna do something? Come on. Everything is so like weirdly pantomime like. That's the only way I could describe this whole sequence of events. It feels like you're acting in a stage production. Everything's kind of like quite fast paced. It's odd. If I was going to be making Fallout 4, if I could go back in time and replace Emil and Todd and all the others, I would remove this section entirely. Like this, I don't like this opening sequence, and it's not just because I've spent so many hours in this opening sequence, but it's trash. It is fucking awful. I don't need to experience or see the pre-war America of Fallout. It doesn't matter. It bears no relevance on the rest of the plot. So you're a fish out of water. That's it. You're a fish out of water, and like Nora's running around with a baby. Later on, you meet up with the baby, and it's Sean, right? And he's an old man. Why the fuck was he a baby to begin with? What's the point? What purpose does it serve? You've only just started the game. You have no attachment to any of these characters. Now, okay, Cyberpunk 2077, for all its technical faults in the first year of it coming out, it made me care for Jackie, right? The character of Jackie at the very beginning, your partner in crime, effectively, right? I cared about him, and spoilers, yeah, when he dies at the end of the first act after the Arasaka heist, right? I was sad that he died. Do you know what I mean? Because I cared about him. He was a good character. A baby is not a good character. You can't fucking talk to it. You know, you can't have a conversation with it. You know, maybe if the baby wasn't a baby, maybe if it was like a child that you could talk to. Like, so, you know, this came out after The Last of Us. What if, right? Novel idea. What if Sean wasn't a baby? What if Sean was a teenager, or it was like a 10-year-old, you know, boy or a girl? And, you know, when you picked your character, maybe you can also pick, you know, obviously you can pick what your wife looks like. You know, if you have to physically be in the pre-war, maybe, right, your kid is already grown up and then gets kidnapped by the Institute or whatever. And then that kind of gives you a purpose and an impetus because you care about the character because you've already been talking to it for the first couple of hours. Maybe cut out the whole pre-war stuff. You could still have the like the frozen thing, you know, maybe get trapped in the vault or something. Like you actually are in the wasteland or something. Man, that's just off the top of my head. It's not a particularly good idea, to be frankly honest. There's just so many ways they could have actually improved and done this a little bit better. Instead, you feel like you're being funneled down like this path into getting a fucking vault suit. You get to get your vault suit, and you're in the vault. So this is what people know about Fallout: is there's vaults, and you got the blue and yellow vault suit with the number on the back. And it just kind of feels like they were just stamping like a checklist of like, okay, this is what you need in a Fallout game. You need a vault. The main character should really be a vault dweller, right? You're a vault dweller for well, to you, barely a day, not even that. A few hours, not even that, a few minutes basically, but you're actually in cryostasis. But you're not a vault dweller, you know, it's just, I don't know, there's just so many things wrong with this.
Just step
Um,
and put your
does
vault
it really frustrate and annoy me? Not really. I just think it could have been done
No
better.
murder allowed.
And
Permanent
yeah,
closed off. Just be over there.
that's my thought on it. Okay, so here, I should really care about this. So imagine you've been playing this for a couple of hours and you've actually got a connection to your wife and your kid, but the kid you can actually talk to because it's not just a game object that's static, which is what this baby is. The baby is a bag of flour, basically, right? And this whole moment here where your kid gets taken away should actually be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Well, close enough. But you know what I mean. Like, if you had a connection, then I think this game would have been vastly improved.